Hello again. We're continuing our study of this letter of joy. So today we're going to be looking at verse 8 of Philippians chapter 4. I love this verse because it puts things positively. It says what you can do rather than come off as what you can't do. It's a pretty good list. It rivals the fruit of the Spirit as far as great Christian activities and things that we set our hearts on and things we think about. Well, just listen to it here and we'll talk about it in a second. Verse 8 says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." Now, those are good things for anybody, whether Christian or not, to be thinking about. I think your life would be better if you had your mind on things like that. True things instead of false things, right things instead of wrong things, pure instead of impure, and so on. But especially for us, we're so easily tempted to think about things that that go against God's law, that would not make God happy, that are not showing our extreme gratitude for Jesus giving his life for us, and Jesus rising from the dead, and Jesus saying, "I'm coming soon, keep watch." Things that wouldn't be appropriate for us while we're trying to keep watch for Jesus' return and live a godly life in words and actions. So we're surrounded by temptations to do the opposite. So we need reminders every once in a while. Set your minds on things that are right and true and noble and pure and lovely and admirable. If the government with its orders, safe at home orders, were to come out and only say, "Here are the things you may not do. You may not do this. You may not do this. You may not do this. You may not do this." The end. People, I think, would chafe at that a little bit worse than if they say, "But we're going to allow you to do this, and you can still do this. Oh, and these businesses can still operate. And if you still need to do this, you can do that." See how it's kind of saying the same thing, but it's just, are you saying these are the things I'm emphasizing you cannot do? Which sometimes we need to be told too, whether in a government or here in God's Word. And he does. The 10 Commandments, some of them are do this, and others are don't do this. But in this verse, it is just full of reminders of things you can do. It's not that life as a Christian is totally off limits and there are boundaries around every single little thing, and everywhere you step you're doing something wrong. Maybe our motives aren't pure, but there are a lot of good options for a Christian life. A lot of good jobs and careers, a lot of good ways to spend your time, a lot of good ways to spend your money, things you can talk about. Yes, of course, you'll keep some things off the table. They're just not appropriate for you as a Christian, and you don't want to think about such things. And when those thoughts do come up, you got to push them out. The Spirit teaches you to say no to ungodliness. Get that junk out of there. But you can think about these praiseworthy things, these excellent things. And you know that it's not just a morally relative thing. Well, who's to say what's excellent, or who's to say what's pure or true? That's not the case at all. God determines what is right and what is true. And you come to learn more about it as you study his word. Through a study like this, we have spent 4 chapters here learning what God says is true and what is pure and what is right and lovely. Today, in your quarantine, I don't know why you needed to hear this, but I'm sure you did, to set your minds on first those things that are above, and then as you look at your life here on earth, what am I thinking about that is pure? What am I working on that is lovely and helpful and admirable and noble? And if it's something that's just garbage and it doesn't need to be a distraction for you, maybe there's a way you can stop thinking about it. I don't know. Ask a Christian friend for help, or ask a family member, help me to cut this stuff out of my life and work more and focus more on this. It's not just mind games. It's a Christian attitude. It's our life of sanctification. It's our way that we say thank you to the God who loved us so much he gave his life for us. Let that be a great reminder for you today. Until next time, God keep you safe and healthy and thinking about such things.